rich. That's why it says in Revelation, all right, I know thy poverty and tribulation, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. You see? Your pastors, your false prophets, they don't like bringing that out. See, when you start bringing out these prophecies, people that heat starts to come into play, man. And your spirit tries whether it be of the Most High or not. Right?
Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
Right.
For we shall see him as he is.
Right, because when Moses, all right, when Moses asked of the Lord, let me see your glory. He said, you can't see my glory, or you shall surely not live. Because why? Moses was in the flesh, man. Like we're in the flesh. And this flesh is corrupt, man. Every day you wake up, you're sinning. Those clothes that you have on you, they're not 100% cotton, 100% wool, polyester, you know, this, that, the third. That's a sin, man. And then you tell someone that, that's a sin. They say, oh, that's wicked. They're saying that the law is wicked, when really they're the ones that are fucking wicked, man. You're supposed to keep the law to the best of your ability, man. All right, Lord knows your heart. He's the one that tries the reins of your heart, man. Your spirit, your mind, what your mind's at, right?
And every man that has his
Y'all are
hope,
kings, y'all princes for the Most High God.
and every man that has his hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law.
Let's get that. Romans 6:23. Because what we're doing, we're working unto righteousness, unto life eternal, immortality, paradise. You know? But these people, what they're working for, what's their wages? It's sin. Being laden in iniquity. Transgressing. Rebelling against the Lord.
Romans chapter 6, verse 20. For when ye were the servants of sin, ye were free from the righteousness. What fruit had ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed?
We are now ashamed. When you was in the world, what was you doing? You was eating pork hot dogs, right? July 4th, committing adultery and boasting about it. Yeah, I just hit this nigga's bitch. That's the cool thing, right? That's not cool. That's wicked. That's evil.
Worthy of death.
You should be put to death. That's the judgment of that sin. You see? Right.
For the end of those
But
things.
what does this generation do? They put in their songs. I fucked the nigga bitch and he sucked my dick. You know what I mean? And they ride around here, bumping their heads to it. They put demons on them, evil spells on them, evil spirits. A wicked vibration, right?
For the end of those things is death.
End of those things is death, man. All right? And this third world war, which is fastly approaching, it ain't slowing down for nobody. All right? Go ahead.
But now being made free from sin and becoming servants of God Yahawah, ye have your fruit unto holiness, and the end everlasting life. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahawah is eternal life through YAHAWASHI our Lord.
Right, and if you don't go through YAHAWASHI, you have no life abideth in you, eternal life that abides in you, man. He's that door. You gotta walk through that door, man. Humbly, honorably, all right, with dignity. Okay? You can't come up any other way. That's why I should say, if any man comes up any other way, he shall be as a thief and a robber, man. You see? Right.
John 3, verse 5. First John 3, verse 5. And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not.
Right, and that's what we're abiding in him. We're abiding in him. Whoever abides in the will of the Father, in the work of the Father, all right, abides in life everlasting. And the kingdom of heaven is within you. And the Lord is dealing with you. His Holy Spirit. That internal connection, not internet. When the internet is trash, man. This normal internet, it's getting slower and slower. And then they have the 5G for the next thing that's coming up. But this 5G network is killing the birds, man. They're dropping dead from experience of it. So what do you think that's gonna do to you? All right, because your life, just like the bird is life, the creature is your life. So if the birds are dropping the death in the sky, what do you think is gonna happen to you, man? Common sense. Put two and two together. You're gonna drop dead, man. It might not be right away. You see? But in time, you're gonna get cancers, you get sick, lose hair, right? Now hold that. Give me Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. And this is why, man, because judgment. We have a 5G network now. Let's do it. Okay, there's a chip to put in my hand now instead of a credit card. Here it is. They have earphones, right? They have these new earphones. They don't have the screw no more. They don't got the wire no more. So they have just cordless ones. So it's slowly then what? Going towards this new world order, man. If they're grooming you. They're grooming the world for that. You 2/3. You 66.6%. Got the spirit and the vibration of the devil. 666, his number. Okay, they're grooming you for that. But the Lord's grooming us for what? The kingdom of heaven, man. And to die for him. Right? Chapter 10, verse 6.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Right, that's why they honor, they worship, they promote Tekashi 69, Jay-Z, all these actors, all these superstars. All right, what we really are, they're super idiots. They sold their soul to Satan, man. And they cheat, and then they want to act like they're role models to the children, man, when they're not. That's how folly's saying great dignity out here, man. And the rich sit in low place, which is us. This is the low place we're sitting in right now, on the highways and byways. Right?
I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right, Jake, all right? Jake is walking a lot, all right? It takes Jake to get their license, all right? And to get a car, it takes them a whole arm and a leg to get that. But these spoiled, all right, heathens that this is their kingdom, so we don't envy them. These Edomites, they get it handed down, they get a new one bought for them. You know what I'm saying? Right?
He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Whoso removeth stones shall be hurt therewith, and he that cleaveth wood shall be endangered thereby. If the iron be blunt, and he do not wet the edge, then must he put to more strength. But wisdom is profitable to direct. Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a babbler is no better.
Right. The serpent will bite without enchantment.
Y'all can see I feel that, right?
Feel what?
I stop because I can feel the word. That's right. I want to be on. I feel the word. Yo, he was saying it like so passionate. You can't fake stuff like that. Oh my God, man. Can I get some love?
Yeah,
No doubt, no doubt.
Put that on camera. The hug.
Put the cigarette away though.
Keep going.
Throw it away.
That's what I
Peace
people
beyond. Peace beyond.
That's all people need, man.
I'm serious. That's that real shit.
Hey, brother. There's only one real.
You gotta put smoking too, brother. You gotta put that smoke
Yeah,
out.
you gotta stop that
Look,
too.
you know who I work for? It's hard to quit smoking because they jump on me.
Yeah, well, that's the demons. Bro.
Yeah.
You gotta rebuke
I drive a bus.
You gotta rebuke those demons, though. Because what that's doing
I
is
tried.
it's defiling your temple and it's fucking up your lungs, man. But go ahead. Let me bring this out. Hey, we're gonna go into the healing too. That's because our people need healing. That's why we're in pain.
Yo,
we go through a lot
my
of suffering
church
and pain.
is right there.
Yeah.
And we get together on Sunday and we do the free meals.
Yeah, we do that during the week
I do
too.
the cooking and
That's
everything.
nice. Yeah. Where at? Where?
Right there, the big church that's right down the street.
You ever went to the Salvation Army in Elizabeth?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's a
But
couple of them.
we do it on Sunday.
Nice.
We do the sermon,
Nice.
and then after we do the Spanish, we do the English sermon and the Spanish sermon, and then we have the meal. And people come over, we serve them just like we in a restaurant.
Nice. It hurts a lot seeing that, right? Poverty and pain. All right, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know. Bro. We know.
We bring them in on Sunday night and let them sleep.
Hudson County and Essex County is #1. That's the worst 2 counties when it comes to poverty. Along with Camden. Now, it's bad, bro. It's really bad. They just started a backpack program in East Orange for homeless kids. It's like 50 to 75 homeless children. So they started a little backpack program where they actually put canned foods foods in book bags every week.
Well, y'all need to connect with our church.
Yeah, Con, we'll get your information.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
We got what is this? Thursday night. We're at 5 p.m. On the other side, we got another church.
Nice.
These rich people come out, they serving with their kids and everything. And they give clothes.
Matter of fact, give me Matthew 10 and 5.
Sweat, hoodies, and coats they gave out for the women. Because they from some rich town, I can't remember.
You know what? Y'all gotta connect with Salvation Army too. There's a shelter and there's a food pantry too, right around the corner from it, right next to
Action.
1 and 9. That big supermarket at 1 and 9. It's called that big ass supermarket at 1 and 9. It's right across the street from it. If you Google it, you can see it. It's a shelter.
Is it by Action?
I think so. Yeah. It's a food pantry. And it's a shelter right around the corner.
That's where the old Daffy's used to be.
I believe so. I don't know Elizabeth like that, but there's Elizabeth and Newark in Jersey City suffer a lot.
I can't believe y'all so young.
Hey, the Lord deals with young men. Let me bring this out. I got you.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 5.
Done.
These 12 YAHAWASHI set forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of Samaritans enter ye not.
So the Most High said, don't go into the other Israelites. He's going to the poor, the brokenhearted, the lowly, our people. The Israelites. That's who we are. We're not black, we're not Latino, we're not Native American. We're God's people.
It ain't about color.
No, it's not necessarily.
It's about heart.
Not necessarily about color, but it's about nationality and origin and who we are. It's very, very important. Because we are the descendants of the
You
Israelites.
just said it. You don't even got to explain it. You don't even have to go there. Yo, it's
We're really your hearts,
Am I
your mind.
lying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. But we are the Israelites. That's why we catch the hell we catch. We in poverty.
Israelites.
We in the ghetto.
Wow.
We in the hell. We suffering. Our women are suffering. Our children are suffering. Our households all messed up. We in a state of emergency. These people here, you see what's happening in the camera. Go ahead.
But go rather,
Some of us been crying for more than 10 years. Go ahead.
but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
We're into go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go ahead.
And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. So there's gonna be an actual kingdom coming. When these devils go down, they're controlling the society.
Already been here.
And they enslaved our
The
people.
ignorant don't know.
The ignorant not gonna know. It's always the enlightened ones, the few good ones. It's not the majority of people. The majority of people are zombies. They're gonna stay zombies until the missiles come to destroy this place. Go ahead.
Heal the sick,
Heal the sick. My people are sick, mentally sick, and actually physically sick. Go ahead.
cleanse the leper,
Cleanse the leopard, man. That's heavy. She got leopard pants on. She's supposed to be wearing a dress, not showing her ass cheeks. That's why this place is wicked, man.
You can't
Our
tell.
women are assed out.
You can't tell.
Go ahead.
I'm not feeling what.
Go ahead.
raise the dead, cast out devils.
Cast out devil, because she got demons on her. That's why she's dressed like that. With the leopard pants showing the crack of her butt. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be covered up, wearing a dress. You're supposed to be representing yourself as royalty. And we're kings. We're supposed to carry ourselves like kings, and our women are supposed to carry themselves like royalty.
You can't see. I don't feel that shit.
Yeah. Hey, the scriptures say that. Get that, brother, man.
Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, shoes nor yet staves. For the workman is worthy of his meat.
Give me Revelation 22. Hey, tears, man. There's a lot of tears and pain, man. There's a lot of
I've
tears.
been
Man.
feeling pain. Yo, I'm a two-time war. America said, yeah, I'm a veteran. I've been to Iraq 1 and 2. You see these tears? This shit is real. You can't fake. You can't fake this shit.
Yeah, that's right.
I could pull up my fucking pants leg and you'll see the shrapnel that's in my leg. Every time I walk through a metal detector, I'm getting searched, and I got a silver star and a purple heart. I've been in Desert Storm 1 and 2. I led the Black Ops team.
It's a lot of pain.
Man, I seen my fucking friends die right in front of me.
Hey man, it's real like that. And we know what we in the spiritual warfare
Yeah,
right now. And the scriptures say that Ecclesiastes
Right now,
it tells you that a man that suffers poverty, that's wicked. So here it is, a lot of veterans are suffering here, and y'all fought the wars, even though you fought the bankers' wars, but you was sincerely trying to. It was a
I didn't
wrong
fight
war.
the right war.
You didn't fight the right war
Because
so
I was
fighting,
brainwashed.
We fighting the right war. We're the military
Yeah,
fighting the
y'all
right
are.
war.
That's why I stopped.
Spirit got you stopping, and that's a testimony. Go ahead, keep going. Read it. Read it.
Revelation 22, verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeded out of the throne of.
So we cry up here too, man. We be going through it.
Yeah, verse 21, 20. I'm sorry.
You ain't no punk for crying, man.
Actually, the ones brothers that cry and they are passionate, those are the greatest fighters, man.
So what's the shortest scripture in the Bible? Jesus wept.
But I never felt like a hero. I felt scared.
Yeah.
All the time I was over there.
But in your subconscious, you knew you was fighting a war that wasn't righteous. See, right here, we're fighting a righteous war. We're fighting God's war.
When I went over for basic training, the war wasn't going on.
Yeah.
2 weeks out of basic training, they told me you're going to Iraq.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, but guess what, brother? The kingdom's coming for us. All this suffering that we're going through, all this pain and suffering, is going to be destroyed. All this slavery, because God's going to acquit for that. That's why people are lost in faith. They don't have no lack. They don't have no knowledge. They don't know who they are.
Some of them died,
That's wicked.
and they wouldn't let me come home.
You know, there's laws on that too in the Bible. If you just got married, you can't. There's a law on that, man. You know, but this he's the devil. It's the bankers. They control the wars. They rape, rob, and murdered our people, the Israelites, and they know who we are. But guess what? At the end of the day, they're gonna be destroyed. They causing all this pain and suffering.
Jesus as a white man.
Thank you.
Caesar
You know already.
When the world first became, there were only
Dark.
Asiatic people
Dark.
walking the earth.
Dark people. Yeah. We're from the East. Yeah. Right?
And some of our Spanish brothers don't believe they're white.
Right.
They believe they're white.
Real face. Yeah, the Spanish, especially the Spanish-speaking brothers. The majority of our people, the majority of them.
Because before the continent broke up,
Well, brother, technically Israel. We got to deal with the scriptures, not Africa, the continent of Africa, Israel. But I understand what you're saying, but let's deal with this. Let me read this.
Israel is Africa.
Northeast Africa, yeah. But the Garden of Eden.
Look at your skin.
The Garden of
complexion.
Eden. But brother,
You're not
hold
white.
on. We're jumping all over the place. Not everybody dark's the same. Let me tell you something real quick. Hold on. Nobody's white. This is white right here, brother. Nobody's white. Nobody's black. Brother, nobody's black, nobody's white. We're talking about origins and heritage and nationality here. We're talking about seed here and who we really are. We're God's people. We're the Israelites. So we got to come back to being the Most High, not black, not Asiatic,
If
not,
you say you're
not
Israelite,
African.
you don't even gotta
Go
explain
ahead,
that.
finish. Go ahead,
If
read
you
it.
admit
Revelation
you're an
21
Israelite,
and
you don't
verse
gotta
1.
explain
Let me finish it,
more.
brother.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
A new heaven, a new earth, which is going to be us ruling on top.
Yo,
Us
how
being
can
on
I
top.
stop
Hold on.
here and you see this coming out
And there
my
was
eyes,
no
right?
more
Hold on,
sea.
bro. Let me just finish this. I got you.
And I,
You know why I say
John,
that? Because there's sheep watching too, that we teach too. So you and the sheep all over the world that got their feet, right?
Are the people that's not.
Go ahead.
and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahawah out of heaven.
Hey, and that's how the angels look, like this brother. That's how the angels look. Jesus Christ looks just like you. Oh, that's your uncle?
Yeah, the one.
That's how Jesus Christ looks.
This is about.
No, that's how God looks. He looks like you.
Waiting on him.
Jesus looks just like you, man. Yeah, he's humble. Yeah. That's how God looks. God is a dark-skinned man, white woolly hair. That's how Jesus looks, man. And that spiritual, he just came up. That's the omen sign right there, man. That's how Jesus looked, man. God looked like you. Jesus Christ looks like you, beautiful, dark-skinned and white woolly hair. That's how it looks. And when Jesus come back, the whole world gonna respect the black man. You best believe it. Go ahead.
I love you.
Brother. It's you know, it's gonna come, brother. Don't worry. Pain and keep doing the good works of the Lord. Because what you're doing, Scripture say, charity wipe away a multitude of sins. So keep feeding the poor and keep going to the sick, brother. You're gonna get blessed. Yo, matter of fact, you gonna pass by later?
Not tonight. I gotta go to work.
All right, then I wanted to talk to you about that little. We'll talk later when I see you.
Just be the Lord's will.
Yeah. So
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahawah out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacles of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God.
Yeah, be his people and be their God, man. So the time's gonna come when the Lord is gonna deliver the children of Israel, man. And we're gonna be once again with our power. We're gonna be in rulership. We're gonna be in the power seat. Right?
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacles of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God, Yahweh himself, shall be with them and be their God.
They're gonna be his people. Israelites, man. God's people, man. That's who the fuck we are. We're not blacks, we're not Latinos, we're not Asiatic, we're not Spanish. We are God's people. We are the Lord's people, man. From one of the 12 tribes of Israel, whatever tribe you're from. You are an Israelite. And the time gonna come when the Lord's gonna rebuild us, and we're gonna actually receive a kingdom, and we're gonna get a peace, which is very soon. You know how hot it's gonna be tomorrow? 70 degrees, yo.
Get out of here.
Dead ass serious. It's gonna be 65, 70 degrees. Good.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 28. Going into what the brother said earlier. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty.
A man of war that suffered poverty. Now here it is, he's suffering poverty. You got a lot of veterans that fought the war that are suffering and in poverty.
Homeless.
That's wickedness, yeah, homelessness. And a lot of them vets are pissed off. They in a wheelchair, and they got their shotgun and gun, and they're gonna roll up. They can still scriptures say that sedition among men. They're gonna rise up against the government. They're gonna knock those gates down, and go after Trump. And you got that veteran right there. You can see he was going through a lot of pain, even with the pain. Even with the suffering, he's still out there ministering to poor people, man. He's still ministering out there to the sick. You can see he has a lot of pain. You want to talk about you catching hell? He caught real hell. He saw his friends blown the fuck up. Can you imagine seeing that? We talked about that earlier. Friends, people that you know, or whatever, getting chopped up and blown up to pieces. And here it is, he's still out there with all the demons he got, and he's smoking cigarettes. He's still out there ministering and feeding the poor. Look, have mercy on that brother right there, man. There's a lot of pain and suffering going on here. It's a lot of pain and suffering, right?
And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying.
Yeah, there's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, man. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering that's going on here. That's why suicide's at an all-time high. For you to take your own life, you know what kind of deep darkness of demons that is? For you to say, you know what, it's over, I'm done. And for you to blast your brains or overdose on pills, mix it with drinks, and kill yourself. You know, suicide jumped up 40% in 1 year. That's real. Suicide is high amongst farmers. That's happening. People are not happy, man. You can front like you're happy. Oh, I got it like this, I got it like that. But guess what, man? When you get that reality wake-up call and you go to your job and you find out that you fired, then that's when your dreams go downhill. And that's happening more and more. Ask them co-workers at GM.
That's right.
Which we know people that worked at GM. $15,000 slashed, and it's going to continue more and more. Talk about we ain't at the end. We are at the end, man.
Oh, more
We're
than
at
that.
the end of this society, man. Morally, it's gone. The music is dead. The grinding shall cease. There's no jobs. People are homeless. The rent's going high. The middle class is going to be done away with. These 99-cent stores are going to be folding up. Aeropostale, Sears. Sears was the #1 retail at one time with thousands at a share. And now it's bankrupt. Aeropostale, Lords and Taylor, Toys R Us, Baby R Us. So ain't gonna be no toys for your baby, man. Those are all signs.
Right.
40 stores plus, and we're still not in the midst of Christmas. We just entered December. You saw how warm it was earlier, right? Wasn't it warm?
Yeah.
Now it's getting cold. Now tomorrow's gonna be 65. You gonna tell me we're not at the end? Heads up, yeah. Look up. The redemption is not. Right?
Neither shall there be any more, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, man. The Lord's from the beginning and the end. That's how it's supposed to be, man. And that's going to be the order. Tú sabes eso, Jesucristo viene pronto. Tú sabes, ¿verdad? Estos son los últimos días. This is the last days. Y'all got to repent, man. The women got to get in order too and wear dresses, man. And cover yourselves. Go ahead, man. Shit got to stop. That shit is madness, bro. That's why a lot of booties are blowing up. A lot of fake breasts and booties are blowing up. That's a big thing now.
A lot of these surgeries are coming fucked up.
Yeah, they have put in cement. Their ass is blowing up, and that's the Lord doing that. More ass is gonna blow up, and more tits are gonna blow up, man. You women gotta start wearing dresses because most I put a spirit on us. Well, we're seeing it for what it is, and it's vanity, and it's bullshit, and it's wickedness, man. Cover up and shut up. Go ahead.
And I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son.
Be his God. The Most High gonna be our power, man. Which is our power now. He's gonna be our power, man. And we're gonna be raised up very soon, man. Not no 10 years from now, fight like the girl earlier said. Oh, a couple years now, yeah. No, this is the time now. You don't see what's happening with the economy. You don't see the biggest earthquake that happened in Alaska, 7.2. The biggest earthquake in Alaska. And Alaska's right there. Which Russia has bases over there. And we don't know what's going on over there. Because Russia has military bases, so they probably set some shit off over there, which caused that 7.2 earthquake.
I was reading an article. They said that there was a seismic, before that earthquake, there was a seismic activity that actually the whole earth quaked, like the literal whole earthquake, but it was and it was like for like days. But since it was so low, nobody felt it. But it said basically it started in Malaysia and it actually went 11,000 miles all the way to California. So the whole earth was quake, man. The scripture talks about how in the end times it's going to be a great earthquake, but the whole earth is actually going to quake, man.
And them niggas, they be testing shit too. So when they test shit, that causes earthquakes and sometimes it breaks and rattles. So we don't know what's going on, man. But that's a major sign from the Lord, and that's all biblical prophecy, man. Talk about we not at the end. That's how dangerous this thing is. The Most High has a thing of darkness where a lot of people don't see what's going on, but only the elect can see it. Like we can clearly see what's going on, but the majority of people that's in darkness is actual demons, where you can't see it. Here it is, companies, big companies are folding up. Even the dude that changed my tire said it. This cat that I know. He was like, man, you see what's happening around the world? Shit's about to hit the fan, bro. And I never talked to him about, we talk here and there, but he was like scared. He's like, GM, Sears. He's like, yo, man, this is serious stuff. Like, people are not paying attention. People are not paying attention. That's why he's going to come like a thief in the night. That's why we got to thank the Lord and be grateful for this truth to see that we're in the last days and see what's going on, man. Go ahead.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderer and whoremonger and sorcerer and idolaters.
You got a lot of people into witchcraft, Satanism, this satanic demonic music. A lot of this music's about witchcraft. A lot of this music's about witchcraft, man. Satanism, man. The Most High's not with that, man. Y'all gotta stop listening to this garbage rap music because it's putting demons on you, man. If you listen to this rap music, you want to kill your own brother. You want to murder your own brother, man. For what reason? You're supposed to be coming together and loving one another. The Lord said that. That's the military and the army. Don't you know the tabernacle of David was an army, was a military, and they were a tight-knit group? And they died for one another. They defended their leader, man. That's something that you can't even buy in this world, man. Men that actually love you and defend you. Tú sabes que tú eres un israelita, ¿verdad? Talk to him, brother, in Spanish.
Sabes que tú eres de Israel, hijo de Dios.
¿Qué país eres? Guatemala. Oh.
Tú eres Zebulon.
Zebulon, tribu de Zebulon.
Tú eres de tribu de Zebulon. So nosotros somos hijos de nuestro padre Jacob. Y el padre de él es la que la gente llama Jesucristo, pero el verdadero nombre de él es YAHAWASHI. Nosotros somos de Israel y fuimos separados en todo lado del mundo. Pero hoy estamos aquí unidos y tratando de hablarle a nuestra gente que somos hijos de Dios y hay que arrepentirse y hay que tratar lo mejor de seguir los mandamientos, porque Dios ya viene. Él ya viene y Él quiere que nosotros lo salvamos. Y para salvarlo hay que seguir los mandamientos. Y tú sí eres hijo de Dios y tu raza, toda tu gente. Y todos somos hermanos, los morenos, los hispanos, todos los indios nativos, todos. Todos somos gentes de Israel, de los 12 tribus. Hijos de Dios.
Tú sabes qué está pasando ahí con los caravans. ¿Qué está pasando en México?
Toda la gente que está viniendo de El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras y de México que están cruzando aquí, todos esos problemas que están pasando ahorita, todos son los castigos que también Dios lo está poniendo a nuestra gente por cosas que hemos hecho en el pasado.
Mire, se celebra el Día de la Muerte. El mes que pasó, el Día de la Muerte. Mira qué está pasando ahora mismo en México.
Sí.
Okay, gracias. Hey, everything happens for a reason, you know. The Spirit had him stay here, hear the word, and he keeps moving. Who knows what the Lord deals with? Our job is just to teach the word.
He said he didn't know that he was a son of YAHAWASHI, you know, but now he knows.
Just got
that.
marked. You should have told him the name, but it's all spiritual. But
I told him YAHAWASHI.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's beautiful.
I said that all the people call him, you know, Jesucristo, but his name is YAHAWASHI.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's planting a seed.
Hey man, he was standing. Who knows? Everything has for a reason, man. Like, people are getting marked on the internet. Brothers and sisters coming by getting marked. All our job is just to teach this word. Scripture say prophesy on the wind. Even though it feels like nobody's being marked, there's still prophesying onto the wind, man. Sorry, take your time. And that's what the devil's scared of. The Northern Kingdom is big. The Northern Kingdom, man, they're big, man. That's a major. That's what we gotta start doing too. We gotta start speaking in Spanish. Man, we gotta start speaking in Espanol. And start doing videos in Espanol because the Spirit is already showing that whole caravan situation. Them Spanish-speaking tribes, Northern Kingdom, they're gonna come in, man. If they know the North, they're gonna come in. They gotta come in. There's 12,000 out of each tribe. There's 12,000 out of Zebulun. There's 12,000 out of Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Simeon, Asher, Issachar. There's 12,000, and by the way, the Lord loves all the tribes, by the way. All this bullshit, oh, just Judah. No, he loves every tribe. But we all come from the waters of Judah. So stop that bullshit and crap. You'll have brothers that'll be like, okay, I'm from this tribe. I'm not that. It's always the favorite tribe. I don't know. I'm Judah, I'm Gad, Reuben, or Ephraim. No, Lord loves every tribe. 12,000 out of each tribe. He loves every tribe, man, evenly, all right?
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Kanye West, he sold out so thing.
12 tribes of Judah.
12 tribes of Judah.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. 12 tribes of Judah, and then he was so demonic because he had orange and black on, and that was in the time of Halloween when he did that. He had orange and black on. He was like, 12 tribes of Judah. No, Lord loves every tribe, man. Yes, Judah's the head tribe. Christ, YAHAWASHI from that tribe. Solomon, David, yes. And YAHAWASHI comes back, he's going to be a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, the ultimate Judite. But the Lord loves every tribe, man. We're all from the world. We're all one family, man. Got to stop that separation, man. That's why you got a lot of people that say, oh, the Latinos are not the tribes. How the fuck you going to say the Latinos are the tribe? Have you ever been to a parade, a Puerto Rican parade in New York? You ever seen the size of the Puerto Ricans? And the Puerto Ricans are part of the tribes. The Boricuas, the Tainos. That's who we are, man. We are the Israelites. How you gonna say the Tainos are not Israelites? Are you kidding me? But the devil will try to say we're Mongolians. We're related to the Moabites. That's what the devil will say. But when you go to a Puerto Rican parade, you see no Chinese there waving that flag. If we was from Moab, right? And Moab's our brethren, you see, when they be dancing at Sata, you see a Chinaman, you see Asians, and you see Moab and Ephraim just kicking it with each other. You don't see that, man. And if you do catch a Moabite dancing and chilling with Jake, that's an Israelite foreigner, man.
They showed you in that movie, 12 Years a Slave, where the Native Americans and the slaves, the Jakes, after their day of labor, whatever, they was kicking it around the campfire, man. They showed you that.
How you gonna take the Puerto? First of all, we was raised. I basically have knowledge of all the tribes.
The title says it all right there. The 10 tribes of Israel historically identified with the Aborigines of the Western Hemisphere. North, Central, and South America is the Western Hemisphere.
1836, that's it?
Yeah, the book was written in 1836. So you can't say we got this from Ariah.
How you gonna say the Spanish speaking? How you gonna say the Spanish speaking tribes, so-called Spanish speaking tribes, so-called indigenous tribes? And look at the sun. I mean, it just makes sense. You got the Puerto Rican. Look at the Puerto Rican, Dominican. It's all the same thing, man. The Taino Indians. And then there's even relics that prove that the Mexicans are one of the tribes in Las Lunas, Mexico. You had Glenn Beck brought out that the Gadites wrote in Paleo-Hebrew and have ancient artifacts. Paleo-Hebrew, man. Then you had over there in Mexico, Las Lunas, Mexico. Even Jewish Amalek admit that Issachar, the Mexicans, have to be one of the tribes. So common sense, if the Aztec Indians are up there, that means the Native American Indians are up there, the Taino Indians are in there, the Inca Indians are in
They
there.
got the fringes.
You go down the ponchos, you go down to Ecuador, they wear the ponchos. Issacharites. Mr. Yoshi Lacote, who just got assassinated, gangster rapper, he always wore the ponchos. And he was talking gangster shit, a sureño, and he always had, they wear ponchos out there, be strapped and everything. Talking shit like niggas, man.
Read the excerpt. All right, I'll read just one excerpt. You know, there's plenty in this book. It says, he adds, I would here recommend to notice a book written by Ethan Smith, pastor of a church in Putney in the United States of America, entitled
Jeremiah.
A View of the Hebrews, and comprehending accounts of various English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese tourists who diligently inquired into the nature and all the particulars relative to the natives of that hemisphere. Talk about this hemisphere. They all coincide in their account relative to the primitive settlers of America. The primitive settlers of America are the indigenous people here, the natives, who were ignorantly styled American savages. So they're saying that, but to call them Indians or to call them savages was ignorant. That they were all of one stock, namely of the 10 tribes who were carried away by the Assyrian kings to Halah and Habor, the river Gozan or Ganges, and the cities of Media, who in a short time made their way towards the east of Asia, crossed. Well, this part is false, that they crossed the Bering Strait. Yeah, northeast of Asia, and in process of time multiplied and spread themselves all over America from north to south. That cuts that.
They put truth in it, but then they try to mix that bullshit.
But that's how the devil does. You know, in order to tell a lie, you gotta know some of the truth.
So you gotta like dig in.
Yeah, even Cain did that, man. I mean, not Cain. Even the serpent did that to Eve when he told her about, if you eat of this fruit, then you should be like one of them, knowing good and evil. That was the truth. But the lie was, he said, "Well, you shall surely not die." So he lied to her. He told her that you won't die, but that was the lie. But actually, eating of the knowledge, they knew good and evil. And you should be like guys, knowing good and evil. So that's what these devils always do, man. But through the spirit, we're able to what? Take out the meat from the bones.
Hey man, fucking they had at that time they wasn't calling themselves India, it was Hindustan. So they fucking knew that it was Hindustan. There was no fucking India at that time. So Columbus and them had the records. They knew about the book of Ezra. They knew about the 10 tribes. Right? Move over to the side, brothers, and we'll stand in front of the sun here in the water.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus says the Lord of hosts, Yahawah, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
They were oppressed together. We were oppressed together. You gonna tell me we're not oppressed? We just went to the Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts, and there was no Gadites there, man. No bunch of fucking heathens. It was a joke. Yeah, the 10 tribes are in Africa, man.
They're all
These
in
devils will never admit who we are. Oh, we found the lost tribes of Manasseh over here, and a bunch of damn heathens going up there. They're going to voyage back to Israel. The lost tribe of Manasseh. We found them over here. The Colossian Jews. Oh, there's another group of. We found the lost tribe of Ephraim in England. These devils just don't stop, man.
The Mormons try to say that they're from
Moab.
Ephraimites. The Mormons.
Okay,
They try to say that. No, they try to say the Gadites.
The Moors say that they're Moabites.
Yeah.
The Moors. Yeah, we Moors. They'll get that right. And even in the movie Robin Hood, they showed you that. You gotta see that movie. Brothers haven't seen that. That movie's bad as hell, man. They show you the movie that had so much. That movie was bad. It was showing you, like in the movie, that they know that the Christian Crusaders was Jakes, and that Jamie Foxx, he was a Moor that was expert at war. And they were showing his name was Yahawah. Yahawah in the movie. It sounded like Yahawah. And he was going in. This dude was fucking nasty, bro. He was fucking up Robin Hood. He almost put his ass. He was fucking niggas up. He was killing them.
He said, shoot me. He said, shoot me.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
All right. Yeah. His dog, he's coming out.
Yeah. He was like, it was so bad. He was like, come on. He told Robin Hood because he was tuning him up. In the beginning of the movie, Robin Hood, they was gonna kill his. Basically, they captured the Moor, and they was gonna kill his son. Robin Hood was like, "Yo, what are you doing? That's wrong." He was telling his men, his boys, like, "Yo, that's wrong." So they was gonna kill his son. He's like, "Don't kill my son. It's my son. I'll do whatever I can. Don't kill my son." So then Robin Hood ended up fighting and trying to save his son. So they charged him for treason and everything. Well, anyway, they ended up being friends later on. So he started training, started tweaking him. He said, "Look, man, you got skills, but you need some tweaking." And he was like, "What you mean? I know my shit." He's like, "You know what? Shoot at me. Shoot at me." He said, "Shoot at me." So then Robin Hood started shooting at him. And he started walking towards him. He started hitting that shit. With the staff. He started catching the shit. And he said, "Look, you see?" And then he started training him. Yo, brother, that movie's bad. Esau knows the truth. And the movie that was talking about restoring order. Then they said, "Look, we need to get those in the press before they find out they're the chosen."
Because his two Jamie Foxx, he wasn't scared of death. He already lost all his land. He lost his son. He lost everything. So what else he had to lose? Nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he wasn't scared of death. And at the end of the movie, the English, they told him, they had him all strapped up and chains and things. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to kill you because your God says you have paradise when you die." Saying?
Oh, and then he was in the spirit, man. Yahawah, he said it. He said at the end, when they captured him, the king of England, they was looking at him. They was like, "Look," he's like, "You gotta tell us what's going on. You gotta tell." He's like, "I ain't telling you nothing." He said, "You kill me." He said, "You kill me. I don't give a shit." He said, "But guess what?" And then the king of England was like this. He goes, fuck, man, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, the King of England was like, I ain't gonna, he said, I'm not gonna do that to you. Because if I kill you, you're gonna die just to spite
Oh,
me.
that shit is long.
So he knew that he had bravery and courage, and he said that, Jamie Foxx. He said, have bravery, have courage. He was praying to the God, talking about bravery and courage, and that's valid, man.
They use the church.
Hey, Don Bartholomew Las Casas. That Las Casas was firmly persuaded that the Indians were descended from the Hebrews is evident from his own words. It's a Dominican Spaniard.
I got that book too, the devastation of the Indies.
Yeah.
It goes through all the curses that the northern tribes went through. Because you got a lot of people saying that the northern tribes aren't a part of Israel because they didn't go through the curses. Well, that obviously means you don't know the history of what the Native Americans, the Seminole, and the Tainos, and the Incas went through when these devils came over here, man. They was oppressing, they was killing them, slaughtering them, or they was feeding their kids to dogs. They fed our kids to alligators. You know, they was slicing their women's belly open, stepping on the children. I believe it was in Hispaniola. I want to say it's Hispaniola. They would take the children because they were good swimmers. So they would take the children and basically they would throw them into the to lakes or the seas, whatever, and make them go like deep down into the ocean to get the gold up. And they would do that all day, from sun up to sundown. A lot of them didn't make it back up. A lot of them drowned. So they was going through they was getting destroyed, persecuted before even the southern tribe got over here, man.
Right.
Our black asses was the first one in ships.
Yeah.
The Dominicans were the first ones in ship getting shipped to Spain.
Hey, can I say this too? You watch that TV series on Netflix, Caesars, The Borgias, and it shows you a Latin tribe, an Israelite of the northern tribe, them being brought in chains to the Roman Catholic Church, man. See, so there's no getting around that both Israel and Judah was oppressed together, man.
Tell me we're not the same people. Look at the hip hop in New York. Who started that? Puerto Ricans and so-called Negroes. You go in the jail cells, it's Latinos and Negroes. And then you have whites in there, which you have Israelites foreigners scattered amongst them, and some Asians here and there. You have Israelites scattered. Same people? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Blood in, blood out.
Motherfuckers that say that they live in the burbs, man, suburbs, man. And that's why you know it's spiritual, because we're so powerful. Even each tribe itself is an army. So can you imagine the tribes coming together? They have to put the city on lock when they have to do one parade. Down a Puerto Rican parade, they got an Eastern Parkway. A Puerto Rican parade, they got to shut it down. Each one of these tribes, man, they have to shut the city down. So can you imagine the tribes coming together in unison? That's to take over the whole world. That's why this devil is fucking devastated, and he's so scared. He's trying everything he can to keep the tribes divided. Because once we come together under our power, it's a wrap. This economy will crash overnight. If all the gangs, the Bloods, the Crips, the Norteños, Mexican Mafia, MS-13 will be like, yo, hermano, somos hermanos. And it's spiritual too, because them gangs, even though it's wickedness, them gangs, them Bloods, and Crips, they do their little peace treaty. Their gang signals come together. They have handshakes and it comes together, like the Crown and the Blood shit. They'll come together. They'll form, and it's gonna be a wrap, man. When Judah, Issachar, and LA come together, when the LA riots happened, Issachar and Judah was getting turned up together, man. Coming against the Moabites and the heathens out there in LA. That's gonna happen again.
Yeah, real quick, more history. This also proves that they try to keep this history from us. It says Sahagun, when engaged in the compilation of his history, after it had been taken away from him and again restored, received 3 cautions, meaning 3 warnings. First, to write nothing to prove that the Hebrews had colonized the New World. The other 2 are really side topics, but he was told not to write anything to prove that the people that colonized this world here were Israelites, right? So that's just even more history. Like, this book is you know, like I said, it's a lot of shit, man. Garcia, in his famous treatise